Hello everyone! Today we're diving into a topic that's literally close to our hearts. We're talking about heart disease, the world's leading cause of death. But don't worry, it won't all be bleak and bleak. In fact, we have some exciting news that may change the way we look at our heart health. Did you know that most deaths from heart disease are preventable? Yes, you heard right. And today we'll look at 3 science-backed steps to remove plaque from our arteries and prevent heart attacks. But wait, there's more to come, because at the end, we will also list 3 additional steps to accelerate our artery cleaning efforts. Before we dive into our arterial adventure, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should we say, the plaque in our arteries. For years, doctors thought that once plaque builds up in our blood vessels, it stays there forever, similar to that stubborn red wine stain on our favorite shirt. But guess what? Science has taught us otherwise. New evidence shows that with the right treatment, we can actually reverse plaque buildup. It's like a second chance for a healthier heart. Isn't that fantastic? Let's start with the first step of our journey: exercise. You probably already know what I'm getting at. That's right, it's about sport. But let me make it clear that we are not talking about any ordinary workout routine here. A study published last year revolutionized our previous assumptions about exercise and plaque formation. She showed that a specific type of exercise can actually help reduce our plaque volume. We're talking about high-intensity interval training, also known as HIIT. In this 6-month study, participants who completed HIIT workouts were able to reduce their plaque volume by just over 1%. You may be wondering, 1%? That's all? But consider that this 1% reduction could reduce the risk of heart attacks and strokes by an impressive 25%. Not bad for a few minutes of intense exercise, right? If you would like more details about the study mentioned, you can find links to this and all other studies we refer to in the video description. For a detailed discussion of the study examining the connection between plaque volume and exercise, I recommend you watch the special episode that delves deeply into the study. The video is linked in the picture above. Now, what does this HIIT workout look like? It's pretty simple. We start with a 10-minute warm-up at moderate intensity. Then we give it our all for 4 minutes at 85 to 95% of our maximum heart rate. This is followed by a 3-minute active recovery. We repeat this cycle 4 times. For most of us, light to moderate exercise with no more than 2 rounds of high-intensity interval training per week is the ideal range. Next, let's move on to the second step: achieving appropriate cholesterol levels. Cholesterol is about as exciting as waiting for the bus. However, you should stick with it because this is an important topic. There is a lot of controversy about cholesterol on social media. Some claim it is not a risk factor for heart disease at all. But the truth is, there is a wealth of evidence showing that LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, is a major player in heart disease. A huge study with over 2 million participants showed a clear link between LDL cholesterol and heart disease. The magic number? You should keep your LDL below 60 milligrams per deciliter. This is the point at which plaque begins to develop, even if all of your other risk factors are perfect. We don't just preach, we also act on it. Some of us may take a low-dose statin to keep our own cholesterol in check. However, remember, medication is not the only answer. Step 3 focuses entirely on what ends up on our plates. And when it comes to heart health, the Mediterranean diet reigns supreme, or should we say, olive oil. A 7-year study of over 1,000 heart attack survivors found that those who followed a Mediterranean diet had a 25% lower risk of another heart attack compared to those who followed a low-fat diet. So what's on our menu? Let's think of rich protein, fruit, non-starchy vegetables, and lots of unsaturated fats such as olive oil, nuts, and seeds. And while we're at it, we should also cut down on sugar, salt, and saturated fats. Our arteries will thank us. Now let's move on to the third step: stress management. Stress is like a fire in our arteries as it promotes inflammation and often leads to unhealthy eating and poor sleep. That's why we shouldn't neglect our mental health. There are numerous effective strategies for reducing stress, such as meditation, relaxation, and breathing exercises, conversations with therapists or psychological counselors, and seeking support from friends, acquaintances, or family. The fourth step is weight management. When it comes to fighting obesity and insulin resistance, it's important not to give up hope. In fact, there are several approaches that show promise. For example, there are drug options such as GLP-1 agonists, which activate the GLP-1 receptor in the body, increasing insulin secretion and inhibiting the release of glucagon. This lowers blood sugar levels. GLP-1 agonists also have an appetite-suppressing effect and can therefore be used in the treatment of obesity. However, it is important to note that medications, including these, are not miracle cures and should be used most effectively in combination with sustainable lifestyle changes such as a reduced calorie diet and regular exercise. A balanced lifestyle, such as a reduced calorie diet through intermittent fasting, is an excellent way for many people to manage their weight. The fifth step is blood pressure control. It is not for nothing that high blood pressure is called the silent killer, because it often causes no symptoms and can still lead to serious illnesses, such as heart attack, stroke, or kidney failure. It is therefore important to monitor blood pressure regularly in order to detect high blood pressure early and treat it accordingly. Blood pressure is measured at home to avoid possible measurement errors in the doctor's office and to obtain a more realistic assessment of blood pressure. In the doctor's office, blood pressure may be elevated due to stress or anxiety before the exam, which is called white coat hypertension. By measuring blood pressure at home, such measurement errors can be avoided and a more accurate diagnosis can be made. Our goal should be to aim for a blood pressure of less than 120/80 measured in the home environment. If lifestyle adjustments such as a healthy diet, regular physical activity, and effective stress management are not sufficient, we have effective medications that we can consider to control blood pressure and reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. However, it is important to note that the principle of as much as necessary, as little as possible always applies when taking medication, as every effect is potentially accompanied by side effects. Finally, the sixth step is to quit smoking. Smoking is a major risk factor for heart disease, as it damages the inner lining of the arteries and causes them to narrow. Quitting smoking can significantly reduce the risk of heart disease and improve overall cardiovascular health. So that's it for today. We've discussed 6 main steps and 3 additional steps to clean your arteries and improve your heart health. Remember, it is never too late to start taking care of your heart. Every step you take toward a healthier lifestyle is a step away from heart disease. But don't just take our word for it. Talk to your doctor about how you can implement these changes into your life. And if you want to dive deeper into any of these topics, check out the resources linked in the description below. Thanks for watching, and to your heart health. Remember, your heart is working hard for you 24/7. Isn't it time you returned the favor? As always, we wish you a long, healthy, and happy life. So let's walk together on the path to a healthier heart and enjoy the joy of life to the fullest. Because at the end of the day, your health and well-being matters more than anything else. So, let's go!